Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Come on, you Blues. Manchester City 1, Everton 0. And I feel like somehow we may have slightly mugged them off. I'm not sure we did. Well, Guardiola doesn't think that we did. But all that matters is the City have won 1-0 away at Goodison Park. And it feels massive. Absolutely massive, because City are a massive club. Absolutely wonderful stuff. United drawing 0-0 and us scraping to a victory. It feels sweet sometimes on days like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget as well to download OneFootball by clicking the link in the description below. OneFootball is massive, like Manchester City are massive, and you can get all your information and stats from across the game by clicking the link in the description right now and downloading that app. Or you can scan that lovely QR code right here next to my face and get the app sent straight to your phone. You can get the Premier League table on there and look at it in all its glory. You can get the stats from this game as well, and of course all the transfer news, and follow any teams that you want to keep up to date with and get all the notifications sent straight to your phone so you don't miss out. And also, it does help support my channel. So if you want to do me a little favour, download that app right now. It's beautiful, like Manchester City's win today, I promise you. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. That was scrappy, it was lucky, but I don't care. I don't care. Elliot Knight's in the comments calling City cheats. Oh, and I love it, Elliot. Oh, I'm sure you've never been slightly lucky before from a decision that favoured your team. I'm sure that's never happened, ever, to whoever it is that you support. I'm sure your team's done everything perfectly right all the time. Forever, Elliot's upset. Elliot, that's football, mate. Get over it. Actually, we'll get onto that in a bit. All I know is right now is that Manchester City have won, and it's a really big 3 points. It was a massive 3 points because we didn't really play very well. Honestly, we did not play well at all. We were better in the second half, don't get me wrong. I did think we turned up and we started to turn the screw, but the nature of the goal the goal wasn't a good goal. It was a scrappy goal. 2 mistakes from Everton players. Phil Foden in the right place, to be fair to him, to put it in the bottom corner. We got away with it, and Sir Hassan is right. We did get away with it. We weren't particularly playing great football. We weren't particularly breaking them down. We were better. We were better in the second half, but then, of course, the moment that drew everyone absolutely crazy. Let me go over to the aggregators on Twitter. Let me go and find it, because according to the rules, and I'm going to go and find it right now, there's some suggestions that it didn't hit enough of his arm or something like that. You know, Guardiola's claimed that it was just, let me find it. Where's it gone? That it was offside, but I saw this over here. Let me jump over to this screen over here. There we go. The Premier League have clarified that the VAR team did not think there was conclusive evidence that the ball hit Rodri more in the red area of the arm than the green. So this is how it works here. You see this here? They reckon it's got to hit. Oh, the green's not showing on it. It's kind of cut green out, but that's green. You know, in the centre there, where Rodri is. Well, not Rodri. That's not Rodri. It's not actually Rodri. It's just a cut out guy. For whatever reason, it's kind of just getting rid of the green. I think it's got some kind of like green screen effect going on. But either way, they reckon it wasn't conclusive that it hit more it hit the sleeve than that. Guardiola, though, seems to think it was offside. Whereas Guardiola said it, he said here, it was offside. There was VAR and the action was offside. I didn't see the image. I've seen photos of that actually. Apparently did look offside beforehand. Either way, whatever it was, it does feel like we got a tiny bit lucky. I am not going to complain, though. I am not going to complain at all. It does feel like we got a little bit lucky. But I will take it. I absolutely will take it. Brian with a super chat saying, come on City, playing good, not great. Energy was low. It was indeed, Brian. But sometimes you just got to win a game like today. Seasons can have games like today, you know. Liverpool have done it against Everton before. You know, I saw Jordan Pickford throw it into his own net. That was very lucky. Very different kind of luck. I've seen Liverpool get dodgy decisions before. I've seen Liverpool scrape through, you know. Happens to all of them. Maybe Everton were robbed, Ollie MUFC. But you know what? I don't give an absolute shite. I don't care right now. All I know is that we got a victory, and I'm a very, very happy man. Generally, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But either way, technically, if they think like they couldn't quite tell if it hit the hand or not, I kind of sort of understand it, you know. Maybe they're not sure. It's the sleeve rule. They must have looked at it plenty of times. I thought it was a handball, but I will definitely take it in this instance. It does feel very much like we got away with that. And it's very much that'll do kind of territory. The Premier League table does look good though, of course. City now 6 points clear as it currently stands. Let me just actually go back over to the Premier League table. I won't get it up. I can't be asked bringing it up on screen. But as it currently stands, City 6 points clear. Of course, Liverpool got a game in hand, but that was a big victory in a game where we didn't really play well. Let's get to the actual performance. It wasn't a good performance. It was a weird lineup, man. Like, I'm going to bring it up on screen over here now, actually. All right, let me just bring it up on screen. I can't really see. 1 second. I'm trying to edit on the fly here. It wasn't the best performance today from Man City. I'll bring it over on right now. So where are we? I don't know why it's cut all the green out. I'm sorry. I don't know what's causing that. But here's how we apparently lined up. Silva, Sterling, Foden. That wasn't how it was. We know Bernardo was often on the right with De Bruyne playing as a 10. So it was like the lineup, the collection of players was sort of fine. But we often had Gundogan. Gundogan sat kind of deep, which was really strange. Gundogan was sort of deep alongside Rodri with Bernardo often on the right, which was kind of annoying if I'm being honest. Bernardo on the right wasn't really what I wanted to see personally. I wanted to see City essentially, I kind of wanted to see City just get at. I've got a chroma key on the whole thing. That's what I just realised what it is. Sorry, there we go. That should be fine now. Like, let me just check. Is it perfectly? I wanted to see City play what they usually would do. There you go. That should be perfect now, right? There we go. It is. But usually we'd see two false eights. We'd see two false eights with Bernardo, alongside Gundogan with Rodri a little bit deeper. But we didn't see that today. For some reason, Guardiola decided to play Bernardo outright and De Bruyne essentially as a 10 with Gundogan deeper alongside Rodri. So what we found today is that where we were going wrong in the first half is that we had Rodri sitting deep with Gundogan. And those two were trying to receive the balls from the centre-backs, but it was really easy to predict for Everton. And when those rare moments when they did play the ball forward, invariably the ball was getting through to KDB. KDB is not the guy you want there when he's being pressed. KDB is great when he's facing the goal. He's the one that plays the final passes. He's the one that takes the shots, gets the crosses and all that kind of stuff. But KDB is pretty bad at retaining possession sometimes when he's running towards his own goal after receiving a pass. You want Gundogan there or Bernardo. You want someone who's press resistant. KDB's fine, don't get me wrong, but he's not Gundogan, or he's not, a Silva type in that way. And Annoyingly, it kind of persisted throughout the game. Eventually, it did notice, in my opinion, we did see Gundogan push a lot further forward. I think Guardiola recognised that we were getting the ball too deep and not being able to keep it further up the pitch. Second half, we were much more aggressive in the way that we kept the ball, and it worked. And overall, the possession did go up in the second half. It was 65% in the first half and ended up at 68%, as you can see there on the screen, which was much better. But we needed to be better overall. It wasn't perfect, but we did find a way to get it fixed in the end. We didn't create enough chances and we aren't playing good enough football, but it was a little bit better. It was a little bit better in the second half and we kind of forced it. I do wish Guardiola, hadn't made so many changes. I do wish Guardiola slightly simplified it and kind of kept it what we all know, but he tried it for whatever reason and it ended up working just about. Big love to Josh saying that's for you, Zinky. For Zinchenko, man, for Zinny. I can't even begin to imagine what he's been going through as a person, as a great man as well, given his home country, his hometown, under siege at the moment from an egomaniac psycho in Putin. It's been absolutely awful for him, and he literally was in tears beforehand. I got to give Everton fans, by the way, the respect. They cheered him as he warmed up alongside Mikalenko, of course, but they gave him a massive round of applause today, and I really appreciate that because some things transcend football, and in this instance, a humanitarian crisis like that with war on a country that doesn't deserve it, of course, it absolutely transcends it, and understandably, the pain was etched on his face in that warm-up, and either way, that was for him today, but we need more than that from everyone else as well. We need more from that around the world, and hopefully Ukraine holds on. Hopefully it does for Zinchenko, because he's a great man, Zinchenko, as well. A lovely bloke. You're not wrong, Josh. Alex C saying New York Supporters Club was absolutely rocking today. Shout out the Amity Hall crew. Big up the Amity Hall crew. I've been there before with Nicola. Wonderful people. Big up the Amity Hall crew. And here's one for you. If anyone's watching right now from Austin, I'm going to be in Austin next week for the derby. Austin, Texas. Yep. Can't say why, but I'm over there doing some work. And I'm going to be in Austin, Texas, watching the derby with the Texas-based fans. So if you're in Austin, we're going to find you, man. I'm going to find you, and I'm going to see you, and it's going to be great. So if you're Austin-based, come and find me. Big love to Alex, and big love to Josh for the super chats. But either way, everyone is absolutely frustrated about that. They're all, the trolls are in the chat, and the trolls are angry and they're salty. But once again, I will say, don't even pretend to be that you haven't got a dodgy decision before. Don't even pretend that, you haven't had it good before with crashing with VR decisions. Either way, they gave their reason. They absolutely did. They said that they couldn't tell enough if it hit the sleeve or the arm or whatever. I thought it was a penalty. I did, but I'm going to take it, man. I'm going to take it. I absolutely will. On a day like this, sometimes you have to get through. I'm hoping, after 2 poor performances, if I'm being honest, we weren't going to get Spurs, we weren't going to here against Everton, but we did find a way to get through, and that sometimes is all that matters. Like, it was just about enough, man. It wasn't a perfect performance today. How Guardiola worked out what... God, I need to clear my throat 1 second. Hang on. There we go. But I hope Guardiola realises that the changes today, they didn't work, and he felt like needed tinkering. I would have loved to have seen Mahrez. Obviously, Mahrez and Jesus came on, which were the right substitutions, in my opinion. But the collection of players on the pitch today was kind of all right. It was just the way that they were lined up. We couldn't really break them down at any point. By the way, I really like John Stones, but can we just, like, put him in the centre-back role instead of right-back? I like Walker. He is just better. Now, apparently people say he was offside in the build-up as well. I haven't seen that yet personally, but according to some suggestions, it was offside in the build-up. I'll go and have a look for that now. But firstly, I want to say thank you to Sushil Chandra, who says for Zinchenko and his family in Ukraine. Of course, don't forget as well, if you've got anything for Zinchenko, go and donate to some humanitarian aid, because obviously it's great, but I don't need that. They definitely need it. But I appreciate that, Sushil. It says for Zinchenko's family in Ukraine, and coming to our game, we got lucky, but we moved ready for the derby. Indeed, Sushil. Thank you so much for the support, mate, and big of love, of course, over to Ukraine and Zinchenko. Absolutely deserve it over there. I'll try and find right now on screen for you. I retweeted something about it being offside allegedly. Let's have a look. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to Amos's tweets. Amos, if you're watching, probably not, but here we go. Where is he? Here we go. So apparently it was offside in the build-up with Richarlison. Let me find... Here's the line. There we go. Richarlison was offside allegedly. So there we go, as you can see it. And there we go. It was offside in the build-up, which obviously led to that incident. So there we go. Offside in the build-up. And according to the ref, they couldn't even tell if it hit the sleeve or not. So there we go. Make of that what you will. If you want to believe it. If not, I don't really care ultimately. Evan Starling saying, do you think we needed someone like Haaland today? To be honest, mate, Evan, I don't really think City's issue today was a lack of a striker. It obviously helps to have a striker, but for me, the issue today was more the build-up and the transition. City could not build it towards the goal until the second half. Like, we could not make simple passes and keep the ball in their third in the first half at all. I must admit, we're maybe lacking a little bit of magic out wide at the moment in terms of people who can make space. Foden can do it on the left, and Mahrez can obviously, but even Sterling can on the right and the left sometimes. But if you're lacking like proper like space creators, which we are probably, that's not even a word, space creators, but you know what I mean by that, then maybe you do need someone tall to whip it into, because we do go into crossing mode every now and then. So maybe Haaland would have been useful, Evan. He would have changed the way we played, but I think in general it's just striker, isn't it? But I don't think it was a striker issue. I think it was more just we didn't play the false nine thing well. Like, we know we can win with a false nine, we know we can be better than that, but I think the system changes and personnel changes within the system weren't quite right, personally. I think that to me was the greater problem. We're just not in great form at the moment. We've lost a little bit of confidence. I mean, sometimes you just got to grind in, find a way through, and that can be enough and help you get through. Generally, that can be it. Like, sometimes you just got to see out a bad spell of form and keep winning and all this kind of stuff. Guardiola is adamant it was offside, by the way. He said it was offside. There was VAR and the action was offside. I haven't seen the image. When Guardiola was questioned on his take, he said to the Sky Sports people, your seats were not good. So there we go. There we go. He was also really nice, Guardiola, about Zinchenko in Ukraine. He said, thank you so much for all the people at Goodison Park. So emotional. It's not a nice moment for Zinchenko and the Ukrainian people right now. The people from Goodison Park were amazing for this. Yeah, they were indeed. They were indeed. I can't deny that personally. So, yeah, we do end up whipping crosses an awful lot. To 5 foot lads who aren't really, 5'7" people who aren't really strikers. Occasionally, I don't mind a cross because it does kind of work, but we get a bit desperate and we start to do it a little bit too eagerly. And that's all I'd ask for Man City, to be a little bit more careful with decision makings when it comes to crossing, because we get a bit too desperate. But yeah, as Mark said, do get the likes up if you don't mind. Do hit that subscribe button. Of course, do download OneFootball. It's a fantastic app, I promise you. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. It was a fantastic evening for Manchester City. Thank you so much for watching this. Big love to every single one of you. City won today 1-0. I don't know how we managed that. It didn't feel like we were going to get it. But we found a way to win. It was not a classic performance, and we do need to do more than that. We really do. Guardiola won it for what it's worth, but Guardiola also understand that most coaches understand that occasionally you have to shake it up a little bit. I'm not sure why he shakes it up a little bit, but he has, and it must be a reason. He knows what he's doing, Guardiola. All I know is we got the victory today, and we've just about got through this game. It wasn't pretty, but it will do. You're all wonderful. You're all awesome. Come on, man. Not a vintage day for the club, but I will take it. Download OneFootball, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow for 5 Things Learned. Go watch me get screaming in the watch long if you want to. In a bit, guys. You're all beautiful. Bye-bye.